First want to say, before we start, we're having some technical difficulties with our video, and so if you're watching us on TV, you'll be able to hear as we go along, and we are videotaping on a separate video, so that should be out on our YouTube station tomorrow. So if you want to see the full video, you'll be able to go out on YouTube and see the videotape of everything. And to start out, we're going to have a pledge of allegiance to the flag.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Now, if we could have a moment of silence for the shut-in and those who need service and help and blessings. And if we could have another moment of silence for us to think in terms of our blessings, our friends, our families, and all the wonderful things that we have in our life, the blessings that we have for us. Let's take a moment and appreciate that. All right, thank you. Okay, moving on in the meeting. We have two sets of minutes for approval, which would be for October the 1st and October the 8th.
I'll make the motion to approve the minutes for October the 1st, 2019 work session and October the 8th, 2019 town meeting.
Is there a second?
I'll second it.
Is there any discussion?
I think that's good. Ms. Blue, did you have one?
No, I see it was fixed.
Mm.
It wasn't.
So, I mean, I would just like to add for the record that the reports from the mayor and the council, I believe, need to have a little bit more language, because if someone is reading only this is their opportunity to see what happened at the town meeting, it can't be seen because those are verbal reports.
Okay.
So in the future, I would just say that just let the staff know we need more in the report, but just the reports.
Yes.
Instead of saying all gave you
I
reports.
agree. What's the point of us
Yeah.
giving it if it's not going to be written?
There.
Wow.
Usually the minutes only need pertinent action by the council, so, officially you don't need to state, when you're reporting something out, and stating something that's taking place, as long as it's not a formal action, it doesn't have to be in the report.
Like a motion.
Yeah, you can put in there whatever you would like, so, it's not a requirement. So.
Yes, and I understand. It's not a requirement, but it's a way of the audience knowing what the mayor and the council
Was discussed during the report.
Right, because a lot of times our residents ask us to report on something or have a question about something. It could be trash or something, and we try to report it here, and if they, they can go back and say, yes, Councilmember Blue did report on, I asked her about this particular item that she did report on it, so it just noted. So that's why we would like our report to be reflected on our minutes.
All right, thank you for that. I'll call for a vote. Ward 1?
Aye.
Ward 2?
Aye.
Ward 3?
Aye.
Ward 4?
Aye.
And the mayor votes aye. Okay, moving forward, report on the work session. Okay, so during the work session of November the 5th, we had a conversation about a property at 3606 41st Avenue, which was being built outside of the scope of what was submitted for the property, and a stop work order had been put on the property, and the council was brought up to date on the status of that property. We talked about electronic sign and asked for Mr. Baton to give us an accounting of the funds that we received from Comcast and Verizon for equipment communication. And he's going to be bringing that back to us along with some quotes for sign. We talk about establishing a noise ordinance. The chief did inform us that she has purchased a, what do you call it?
Noise meter, decibel meter?
Decibel, so that we can have something on our records for determining what's happening. We've had several people who complain about noise in the area. Hopefully that sort of will come down a little bit since we're moving into the fall and winter months. But we... Okay, let me see. There's some blind spots in this mic. All right, is that better? I'll just get close like that. Okay, so we talked about moving forward and taking a look at creating our own noise ordinance in a formal way to see what works in our community. We also signed our support for the weatherization grant, which is a grant that we have been in with collaboratively several cities and towns across Prince George's County, and we look forward to being in this weatherization grant program again. The program would allow you to have a audit done on your house for free, and recommendations made for things that can make your house more weatherproof, and at the same time a potential opportunity for certain appliances that may be available through the grant as well, or other things to weatherize your house. We also talked about our personnel manual. We had a circuit rider from the state for a while, and she had prepared an update for the personnel manual, and we have it now for review. And so we will be reviewing that against our old manual and see what we need to bring up to date. We talked about parking permit ordinance amendments, which we will be talk about a little bit later on today in this meeting. We also voted to provide holiday donations from shoppers, $25 per, was it?
2 per ward.
2 per ward for Thanksgiving and Christmas, $25 shoppers. So if you feel you are in need, please communicate with your council person that you need that help, and they will distribute it. We also talked about making some changes to our petty cash process and also the credit card review process, so that as we have separate reviews of written checks, we would also have a separate review of petty cash outlays as well as credit card use reviews. We discussed Bates, who wants to use this facility for a Christmas party, and we discussed asking them for 4 dumpsters, 2 in the spring and 2 in the fall, which could be in exchange for the facility. So that call's been made, and we're waiting for an answer from them. Certified Municipal Clerk Program, we talked extensively about getting involved in this program so that we have a connection to the clerk program as well as the treasurer programs. We talked about grant writing training and looking for ways to train employees so that we can have a nice group of folks who know how to write grants to bring funds into the community for different things. We also discussed the general orders for the police, and particularly around confidentiality. However, the chief bought us a confidentiality document for which our police are to sign. So in the case of certain information, where information is not needed to the public, it would be private for that citizen. And we also talked about bringing in a temporary hire. If you're not aware, Yolanda has resigned and or retired double. She's has other things that she want to get done in her life, and so we are looking, and it is out there that we are looking to fill a part-time position. So if you know of anybody who's interested in administrative position, that position is open. And so this discussion was about us bringing in somebody temporary so that we can continue certain things that needs to get done on a regular basis. We had a conversation about county ordinances versus municipal ordinances, and Mr. Barr was going to have some further conversations with someone at MML about, you know, what degree of difference we can have from something in the county to our municipal. Also talked about the bike share. As far as I know, at this point, we've done all the documents we're supposed to have in for the bike share, and I'm hoping that we have them up, and they'll be by the Burger King before the end of this year. So cross your fingers, let's hope. We've been working for quite a while trying to get this bike share here. And we talked about providing a bus for the 47 districts holiday event on 12/19 to carry all of the gifts, and the driver would be Doretha Epps and we voted to agree for that to happen. We also informed everyone that the mayor was going to continue, mayor and council will continue their retreat, which is a retreat to talk about just our visions and how we would like to make improvements in our community without vote, but that will be on 11/16 this Saturday at 12 o'clock. Okay, Councilmember Blue reported back on a discussion we had about the 37th block of Monroe and 37th Place being a one-way street, and we did vote in order to change those into a one-way street, move forward. We had a request from Casa de Maryland to respond or to make testimony to the county council about our change in our general laws, our general rules, police, general orders, in reference to our police not being a party to any ICE activity, so that if the ICE is doing what they do, our police will not be of service to them. We also talked about, I don't know what this is about, donations.
It was, they had to report the donations and the report money coming in, money coming out.
Right, okay.
Yes,
So-
for that.
Yes. So we also had a discussion about how we will record donations so that we can be completely transparent when we get donations in, how those donations are being spent, so the donor can be thanked for what they've done in order to help us out. And we had a conversation about the FCC. Many of you may not know, but the FCC has been making changes to how we may be impacted by either Comcast or cable, as well as the 5G that you're hearing about. Please communicate with us if you have anybody that approaches you about putting a box up for 5G in your neighborhood. We have passed an ordinance, an aesthetic ordinance, which will require that those boxes follow a particular aesthetic that we expect. And so right now, MML and the county and the country as a whole has been, there is a lawsuit against the FCC about how they are stripping municipal governments of their powers in this particular area, and also stripping control. And that was the work session. Mouthful. It was quite,
Long one.
yes, it was a long one. And so I want to remind everybody, as mayor report, that this is Municipal Government Month, and we encourage everyone to look into how municipal government works, what it's for. You can pull up our charter online by just typing in charter, Town of Colmar Manor. Learn a little bit more about your community, because municipal government works. And I would just say for myself, I would only want to live in a municipality, and it's nothing against the county, but I like to be able to call my council person or my mayor and communicate and have local activities happen. So municipal government works. And I will go on to Ward 1 report.
Good evening. I would like to say thank you to the children that got out and was helping people in the community pick up the leaves over the weekend. I've seen some young people out helping pick up the leaves. Also, I want to remind everybody that Echo City Farm has a holiday box, and it costs $25, or you get 2 for $50. And the boxes are their fresh vegetables that they have grown, mixed herbs, collard greens, kale, mustard, green beans, carrots, and stuff like that for the holidays. So if anyone's interested, it's at 6010 Taylor Road in Riverdale, Maryland. Also, I attended the Prince George's Elected Municipal Women's meeting in Brentwood, which was very good. They're just starting again, so I'm looking forward to attending those meetings once a month on a Saturday. Also, we had the retreat meeting here at the Manor Council, and we talked about many things that we're working on, and we'll follow that up again this Saturday at noon. We have a coat drive here also for the needy. Anyone that has a usable coat, no longer needed, you can drop it off here for someone that really needs one. We also have a box here in the hall also for canned goods for the needy in the community, and another box for toys coming up for the Christmas in the community for the kids. Anyone that in need, contact your council person, you know, for the holiday that the mayor was discussing early. And don't forget about the kids' Christmas party. Also, I would like to let everyone know that the Neighborhood Watch meeting is here at the Town Hall, 7 o'clock, November the 21st. That's on a Thursday. And if you want to, bring a little potluck with you. It's kind of cold outside, and we'll have hot chocolate and cookies and something for the holidays. I want to say also have a happy and a safe Thanksgiving to everyone. Thank you.
Thank you, Ward 2.
In my ward, we still have people putting their bulk trash out where it sits out. It'd be sitting out for the whole weekend up until Wednesday, and people still not picking up their dog poop. Thank you.
Thank you, Ward 3.
Good evening. I really don't have a report, just to let you know that my seat will be vacant next year. So if someone is really interested in running for Ward 3 council seat, please let me know. You're welcome to shadow me at the meetings. We do attend more than just 2 meetings. I know you see us at the work session and here at the town meeting, but it's more than 2 meetings. There's only 2 meetings that you're required, but to get things done in your town is more than 2 meetings. So if you're interested, please let me know. I'll be more than happy to share anything that you'd like to know. So that's my report. Thank you.
Thank you. Ward 4?
Good evening, everyone. Makes me sad when she says stuff like that all the time. I mean, I understand Councilmember Jackson, she's been in it
10 years.
10 years. And not only if you don't want to be a council member, just even, she is just overall a great person to just learn from. If you want to learn what goes on in the town, around, in and all around, she is wonderful. She's mayor and council, they have all been great, but this one, she goes above and beyond to show you the ropes. So even if you're not running, definitely shadow her, and you'll see how much work she does for the town.
Thank
So,
you.
see, now I forgot what I was going to say, but of course, I just want to say happy holidays to everyone. I know the next time we meet, it'll already be in December, so yeah, just everybody take care of each other. Look out for the shutout, and you know, we don't always check on our neighbors, but especially at these times where it's cold, it's gotten really cold. So that's my word of warning. Thank you.
Mayor, you want to announce about Doretha doing the Thanksgiving for the needy in the town? Is she going to do Thanksgiving dinner this year?
You mean Christmas? Okay, thanks. But I don't know. She was just talking about
Okay.
it. I wanted to say that you all may or may not be aware, whenever we have an event these days, we actually try to have a free store. So people who are coming from the events, they can go around and see if there's something they have. This is also a good way for you to let go of some things that you may have that are still in very good condition. In some cases, we get things with tags on them because people shopped and didn't do anything with it. So that's the quality of stuff that we've been getting. So I encourage you, we do have a couple of events that will be coming up for the holidays. So if you have things that it's time to move on and move them away from you to us, please bring them up. And that, that goes along with the coach that Councilmember Blue was talking about. I felt to say thank you to all of our veterans. We were out yesterday for Veterans Day. It was a wonderful turnout at Peace Cross. And everybody was very excited about the fact that the Supreme Court has come final, that our Peace Cross, our World War I memorial, can stand as it has for 100 years. Yes, and so it was really exciting, and I do want to also just do my special thank you for all the veterans that are out here. I just think that even now with this 18-year war that we've been in, that we just aren't giving enough attention to all those who serve in order to keep us protected. So thank you for your service. And I also want to wish everybody a wonderful Thanksgiving. Thanksgiving actually happens to be my favorite because I think it's so important for us to take the time and be thankful. People, we're often fussy all the time, angry all the time, or frustrated. And if we can set aside at least one day, and I try to do it every day, but to say to people you may not say to on a regular basis, thank you, I appreciate you. And I hope we all can go out, have that spirit going forward. All right. So next item on the agenda is our treasurer's report, and we're very thankful to have you here.
Oh, well, thank you. All right, you have a copy in your packets, and on the table over there, a draft of the October 2019 treasurer's report. This is for the first 4 months of the current fiscal year that began July 1st. I'll give a brief summary of the report. Total income for the period was $661,073. Largest portion of that comes from real property taxes of $580,357. Most of that came in the month of October, which is for the first semi-annual payments that are due. Other larger revenue sources came from income taxes of $8,473, rental income of $24,514, and red light camera violations of $24,715. On the expenditure side, total expenditures for the period, the 4-month period, are $484,872. Broken down by departments, this includes general government expenditures of $94,618, payroll tax and benefits for general government employees of $39,226, senior van operations of $23,154, code enforcement $9,992, public works $89,164, community center operations $100,271. Largest portion of that comes from the debt service on this building of $78,356. Public safety, $92,142. Community center operations, $30,806. And again, total expenses were $484,872, which is $176,201 less than our revenue. So we're currently operating at a positive $176,201. That's a quick overview of the October report.
there a motion to accept the treasurer's report?
I'll make that motion as stated.
Okay. Is there a second?
I'll second it.
Any discussion? We don't have a balance sheet.
The balance sheet, that's what I was
Balance
gonna
sheet.
say.
I guess that didn't get included
It's
this
not-
month.
Oh,
I can send y'all one out.
okay, thank you. So are we going forward, are we gonna separate the reserves, you know, work on those calculations for their,
Yeah, once we have those, we can break that out, yep.
okay. All right, anybody? Questions? Just one, I'm curious about why we're running high on the,
I can't hear you, Mayor, I'm sorry.
wow, okay. You have to give me a new mic,
Yeah.
Tracy. I'm hugging the
Shaking
mic.
his head.
Okay. It's not that much high, but it is a little bit high on community center operations. What are we running high? Why are we? Maybe we got more hall rentals?
Are you talking about overall or just at?
It just, oh, I mean, 33% would be our run rate for regular stuff, and I don't,
We're at 31.
We're at 31.
no, I'm looking at community center operations, 6,000.
Oh,
Oh, the page 4?
Yes. I mean, it could be rentals, meaning the cost, if we have more rent, well, let me look at rentals and see if rentals are,
Well, the rental expense is 35%, so that's not, it looks like it's under the salaries and payroll tax and benefits, so, you know, maybe paying more based on the usage of the building.
oh,
So they're at
oh, it's under health, oh, no, it's coming from health insurance.
Health insurance isn't under
Oh,
community
God,
center
I'm looking at the
operations.
wrong place again.
Page 4.
Moved around, okay. Salaries, why would we be running high on salaries?
If we take a look at that.
And also, the payroll tax is not, it seems like if they were running high, they would be run high in the same way.
Yep.
Same amount. All right.
Take a look at
that. All right, appreciate that. With those comments included, can I get a vote, Ward 1?
Aye.
Ward 2?
Aye.
Ward 3?
aye.
Ward 4?
Aye.
Mayor votes aye. All right, thank you, Mr. Payton.
Which one bring it?
Okay, now we go to the police report, and we're very thankful for Archie. Good evening.
Good evening, everyone.
Good evening.
Good evening.
On the monthly report, if you don't have it with you, there's some on the table. For the month of October, there were 8 written reports. So the first one was a fraud report on October 11th. Officer Williams responded to the 4200 block of Newark Road. The victim reported that she found fraudulent activity on her bank statement. On October 12th, there was a property damage. Officer Williams was conducting routine patrol when he observed a large amount of leaves on fire that spread to the gazebo. On October 15th, Officer Williams received a call from McDonald's for a suspicious person. Officer Williams located the suspect and later determined that the suspect had an open warrant. The suspect was arrested and transported to the Department of Corrections. On October the 16th, Officer Williams responded to the Shoppers Food Warehouse for a theft report. The suspect stole approximately $150 worth of miscellaneous items. On October the 18th, Officer Williams responded to the American Legion for a vandalism report. On October the 18th, Officer Williams responded to the Shoppers Food Warehouse for a theft from auto. The victim left his book bag on the passenger front seat in plain sight. The suspect broke the glass and stole the book bag. At the same time, same day, we're going to assume that the same suspect walked down to the IHOP and broke into another vehicle where the book bag was left in plain view. On October 28th, Officer Batanga responded to the Shoppers Food Warehouse for an assault. The victim, who was the store manager, confronted the suspect that was stealing items. The suspect bit the victim on the hand. He was treated on scene, but once the officer arrived, the suspect was gone. We've had a total of 61 calls for service for the month of October. I'm not going to go through all of it, but as long as you have it, it's there. So I also have the code enforcement's report. For the month of October, he issued out 28 door warnings. And out of the 28, it was 8 for accumulation of litter, 1 vegetation, 14 bulk trash, 3 unregistered disabled vehicles, 1 vehicle parked in an unpaved lot, and he sent a violation door warning through email. It was a reference to Pepco. They had vegetation growing up on the pole. Out of the 28 door warnings, 18 of them was brought into compliance. He issued 2 civil citation. 1 of them was from a county issue citation. He had 2 properties posted for abatement, and out of the 2, 1 of the properties were brought into compliance. PG County did a stop work order on 1 residence, 1 house. He had 4 citizens contact, 1 business contact, 3 permit checks, 1 follow-up, and he provided 2 extensions. And that's my report for October.
All right, thank you, Chief. Is there a motion to accept Chief's report?
I'll make that motion as stated.
Is there a second?
I'll second it.
Any discussion?
Yes.
Yes.
Go ahead, Blue, since you first.
Councilmember,
The gunshots that were discussed during the neighborhood watch meeting, or was that fireworks?
Those were fireworks.
Okay.
I do have it listed on the calls for service, but it was fireworks.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Councilmember Jackson.
Yes, thank the code enforcer for giving us the report of the activities he's doing. I think our residents maybe next meeting, if he can come and give the report, if he's available, just so they can see who he is.
Well, we do quarterly,
Right.
We do quarterly when we bring in all of the extra staff.
Right, but he
supervisors.
hasn't gave a report yet.
Okay.
I think he's been here once. He's done 1 quarterly
Yeah, I think
report.
he did.
Oh, well, maybe I wasn't here. Yeah, maybe I wasn't here.
I don't know,
That
I
day.
thought he did one
Yeah,
with
oh, I guess one
the other
meeting.
guys.
But yeah, this report is very important because I see a lot of residents and they see things that he's already noted, but there's no way they know that he's already contacted individuals. So by us having this report is very helpful. So if you could let him know that,
All
I
right.
really appreciate it.
Thank you.
And just for the code enforcer report, I want to piggyback off Councilmember Bowden. We do have so many residents of sitting there bought trash out absolutely too early. I know we have some seniors in town, and sometimes, I said this before, maybe that's when their family member can bring it out, but it's constantly, the bulk trash is just going out as soon as when they clean their basement out. And it's over the whole weekend, so. That's
And I'll piggyback on that because when I met with Inspector Richardson just last week, we talked about the trash. As you guys all know, we had Bates here last month to, pretty much tell them everything that we felt like was going on. But at the same time, we need to become compliant and in terms of the plastic bags in the recycle bins. Bates doesn't officially have to take them if there's plastic bags in them. They can just leave it. So everybody needs to get on board right now. And so Inspector Richardson is going to be really putting up a lot on this trash. We're also doing second offenses. Because we do a warning, the person is in compliance within a couple days because they don't have their trash out anymore. So we're only going to do a warning the first time if you're in compliance after that, which you will be because your trash can is gone, you will not get another warning. It will be a ticket the next time. So we're warning you first, because what's happened is he'll give a warning, and then the next week, someone does it again and again, because it's the first time he's giving another warning. And so people aren't really becoming compliant over time. So there'll only be one warning for trash, whether it's bulk or trash or recycling. And then after that, you're going to be ticketed if you continue. So we have to get, ourselves in order as well. So I call for vote. Ward 1?
Aye.
Ward 2?
Aye.
Ward 3?
Aye.
Ward 4?
Aye.
And the mayor votes aye. Thank you, Chief.
Thank you.
All right. So the next item up for business is unfinished business, and we have none. And then for the introduction of ordinance 1, 2019, this is an introduction. It is not an emergency ordinance. We're introducing it. And we had a little discussion about it last month, and I'm just bringing it back up to date on what this is. This is where we're amending the non-permit parking, whereby permit holders will only be able to park after 10 o'clock in a non-permit area, to allow visitors to park in the non-permit areas. And also, this amendment to the parking ordinance will require, in many areas, non-permit holders must have visitor parking passes. And we'll be providing the parking passes for free, the visitor parking passes for free to the residents with no limits. But for certain things, this is to ensure that the people who are in town are visiting someone in town. So we will, those are the amendments. We plan to have a public hearing next month. That will be the same day as our regular general session, so that will be on December the 10th. That we will have a public hearing to discuss in detail. The introduction of the ordinance will be sent out by email to those of you who are on our email list, and you'll have an opportunity to review that and come with your comments next month. We will then assess any comments that we receive. A vote would only be taken during the month of January. So there's ample time for everybody's input into this particular amendment, and so therefore, as it is, does not have to be how it ends. We can make adjustments as we go along. We just have to introduce it to get it started. So is there a motion for us to introduce this ordinance?
Yes, I'll make that motion. To start.
Is there a second?
I'll second it.
Okay, any discussion? Okay, I'll call for a vote. Ward 1?
Aye.
Ward 2?
Aye.
Ward 3?
Aye.
Ward 4?
Aye.
Mayor votes aye. All right, so look forward to seeing the ordinance and also getting to the hearing. All right, next item on the agenda is reports, committee reports. Okay, do we have a report for seniors? Oh, Mr. Mutchler, and I was so happy to see Mr. Mutchler yesterday. And he is in good spirits. You know, his health is giving him some challenges, and so everybody keep him in your prayers, and so that he'll be back up here and visiting us pretty soon.
Stop by and see him.
Mayor.
Yes, then stop by and see him.
I know next month that we're having, we usually have a senior luncheon, and I was thinking maybe it's a good idea to also do our free store.
So Kayla told me that she wasn't doing planning Thanksgiving, that she was going to
Not
do
Thanksgiving,
Christmas.
next month, Christmas.
Oh, right,
Christmas.
okay.
I know
Oh, I used to-
I know they wanted to do something in spring instead of Thanksgiving. I
Right,
remember that.
yeah,
Yes,
yeah, exactly. They like the spring one
They
in
like
there.
the
so-
spring one
Oh,
better, yeah.
so yes.
So I think that since we'll have it here, we can do the free store also for the seniors.
I would love, yes.
Yeah,
I'd like
awesome.
everybody to bring as much you have in, because yes.
And I'll start stopping by Ed's and seeing what the report is on, do the reports on.
Okay, that's
Okay.
good. Thank you. Thank you for that. All right. What I will say I think, as some of you may not know, but there was an election in Bladensburg, and Marilyn Blunt, who is one of the main senior, from our senior group, who participates and organizes things. She is now a council member in the town of Bladensburg.
Congratulations.
So. All right, so go ahead with the Garden Club, and we got Doretha Epps.
I'd like to thank the mayor and council for their service, because this job is not easy. So I'd like to thank you guys and chief for your service for the town. December 7th, there's eggnog in the garden at 2 p.m. at 4206 Monroe Street. All is welcome. All the garden members, please bring something of your choice. For all the newcomers, please let me know if you want to keep your plot for the winter, because I want to thank everyone that came out to help winterize the plots for back in October 19th. We had a nice crowd. Everybody did a great job in cleaning up, weeding. Miss Blue, Councilmember Jackson. Thank you guys so much for your support out there. I appreciate that. And yeah, that's about it. That's about it. Any questions?
Any questions?
No, just if you can just tell if someone's watching how much the fee is for our plots.
Oh, come March the 1st, 2020, I will be reassigning plots, and I'm asking all of you guys and to the residents, if you like the plots, please let me know. I could be reached at doretha.epps@yahoo.com if you like your plot. We have an east garden and we have a west garden. We have 2 rain gardens. We have a bioretention, and is it 2 rain gardens? 2 rain gardens and a bioretention that we take care of. We try to keep everything in the town. We've been working very diligently on keeping the town beautiful, and I think we did a great job this year.
Yes.
Trying to keep things up, all the vegetation at a good, nice level. The flowers was very beautiful this year. I was very pleased at the east and the west garden. The west garden really looked good since we started replacing it with the blocks. We're taking out the boards. The boards were dry rotting because of the standing water, so the blocks are there now, and it's beautiful. So I want to thank everybody, especially the mayor and council, so much for your support and supporting the garden club.
All right, thank you. Who's doing green team?
And yes, I'd like to piggyback off of Councilmember Mendoza, Councilmember Jackson. When I was a council, she definitely a great mentor. She mentored me. She made sure that I knew what I was doing, where I had to go, where I had to be, and I want to thank you so much for that support.
Oh, thank you. Thank you.
Thank you. So
Green
I
team?
think some names got twisted around here on the sheet or something.
yeah, I know.
She dropped down.
Or something. But, so with the
She had
green
Jackson
team, we
on
got Councilmember Jackson.
Yes, we're having our next Green Team meeting November the 19th. It will be a joint meeting with Carter City. 2 of the things that will be on the agenda is climate change, and the other one will be CERTS. We'll have a representative to go over the CERTS program with us. So this is an open meeting, but please let me know if you want to attend, because we do have light refreshments, and I need to let Carter City Green Team know we'll have other people attending this meeting. But I think it would be very informative if you all would attend. Also, former Councilmember Epps, she attended a CERTS meeting in Upper Marlboro for me last week, and I appreciate it. That was one of the days I just really wanted to sleep in. Every Saturday I'm out and about in town, and I'm going to be honest, I just said I really wanted to sleep in that day. But she went and she participated because that's something that we, Colmar Manor and Carter City, want to bring in town. So if someone's interested in getting some search training or any information on it, please come to our Green Team meeting. The meeting's at 7 o'clock, and it's at Carter City on November 19th. Thanks.
Thank you. I also want to say, because I don't think that we haven't had a meeting since we've been completely recertified as a Sustainable Maryland. So congratulations.
Yeah, we did.
No, because we were at MML. I just looked at my calendar and said, no, that was after the 15th. And time is flying, we don't even realize it, but congratulations to the Green Team, what an awesome effort. And also to staff, because there's so many things that we have to put in place as a town in order to also be certified. And so for us to have the cooperation within town and with the Green Team, and all of the things that was done is very exciting, that we are not just certified, but recertified.
Yes.
And did we do Banner City this, that was in the spring? Oh, I was just waiting for the,
Yeah.
thank you, you brought the thing in. But,
Yeah, I finally brought it.
so we'll be moving along with our sustainability opportunities, and I'm really grateful for everybody who's been involved in participating. The next report is Recreation, Council Member Bowden.
Okay, we're gonna be having a holiday toy drive, and we're looking for toys for kids age 1 through 12, unwrapped, or either a cash donation. And the people who donate going to receive a complimentary ticket for one class, either of your choice, either Zumba, martial arts, or the boot camp, or Breeze's hand dance. And you can drop off the toys on Monday through Thursday from 9 a.m. to 8 p.m. and Fridays from 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. And the deadline for the toys is going to be December the 18th. And the senior holiday luncheon is going to be December the 19th from 12 p.m. to 3 p.m. Thank you.
Okay, when is the kids'
Yeah, when is the
party?
kids?
Oh yeah, December the 21st
21st.
is the Christmas party from 4 to 7 p.m.
Christmas party, right?
Wow, that's great that if they give us a cash donation.
Yeah.
That our partners that we have here are willing to step up and give a free class. That's really, we have to definitely send them
Yes.
thank you for that.
Yes, that's
awesome.
right. We have great partners here.
Absolutely, absolutely.
That's one
I
of the
agree.
greatest things about it's Colmar Manor. Awesome partners, awesome volunteer partners, and partners in the building.
Great.
I also just wanted to say that the Halloween, or the Harvest Fest was a wonderful event. There was so much in the trunk or treat, which was new to the event, was really nice. The kids had an awesome time.
Oh, yeah,
And
the trunk or treat,
so-
we forgot to talk about it.
Yes, we had to do it inside because it was a pending weather problem, but at any rate, it was nice, and the kids had a wonderful time, and it's always great. I also understand that, because I wasn't home, but that the trick-or-treating on actually Halloween was phenomenal in town, you know.
They were out there.
Yes, that they were out there, lots of people. And it was rain too.
No, it didn't rain, but they kept calling for rain, so.
Yeah, they were calling
They didn't
for
come on my
bad weather.
end.
They didn't come?
Yeah, they-
I heard several people said that they had
They were
quite a
out,
bit out. So I said, maybe that's this side of town, down this way.
Well, that's good then.
Yeah, they had
That's
fun. Okay, so Prince George's County Municipal Association. Councilmember Mendoza, and
Yes.
you can also go ahead and report, as I believe we might have from last month, that Councilmember Mendoza is now a member of the board of MML at large. So we're going to have her, now we'll have an opportunity to actually hear what's happening at that leadership level, and so you can report on both of those things for us.
Okay. So for PGCMA, the Prince George's Municipal Association, we met on October 17th in one of our partnering port towns, the town of Edmonston. It was a wonderful, we had a great attendance. Out of the 27 municipalities, there were 18. And some of the guests that were there, we had Senator Paul Penske, there was Alonzo Washington, we even had our very own delegate, Diana Fennell. The topics that were discussed included census, the complete count, small cells, food truck, which is becoming more and more of a topic around the towns, and the Kerwin Commission because of the funding for education and accountability. So we're meeting again on
Thursday.
this Thursday, which is the November 14th, but this one is different because it's our joint meeting with legislators from Montgomery County. So this will be my first time as being on the board of PGCMA attending this, because there have been times where I've had a gallbladder taken out or had a baby, so I wasn't able to attend. So that will be in Tacoma Park. They are asking everybody, if you want to, definitely attend. It will be in Tacoma Park, 7500 Maple Avenue. I guess that's at their town hall. So if you want to attend, definitely. And yeah, that's all for,
And that's it.
yeah.
All right, well, thank you so much. I will say that I have seen the growth of Prince George's Municipal Association, and the participation is significant. I think the networking that goes on between council member to council members and mayors to mayors will really make a difference in how we actually do our work, because guess what? Municipal government works.
Yes.
That's right.
All right, Councilmember Mendoza, you want to report out in what's going on at MML?
So MML, the big push is, of course, the census. And the initiative now is, what are we doing in our towns to push census? So everybody's going on social media or just going door to door, but that's the thing, to push for the census, to be counted. Everybody, we need to be counted.
And there's
That's
jobs
good.
opportunities.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
Exactly. Oh, and I need to.
Yep, and I think we have to touch people more than once. I intend to make all my rounds door to door, and then we can piggyback with the council. We're a small town, but every person counts. It's absolutely critical. Money gets distributed from the federal government level down to the states, down to the counties, and then municipalities, for which we're all also have to stay cognizant of to make sure funds come to municipalities. But if we don't get those allocations, those are lost opportunities.
Yeah.
And when we lose those opportunities, then we have to pay directly for everything that we need. It doesn't matter if you are a U.S. citizen. It doesn't matter if you are a registered voter. If you are a person, we don't want cats and dogs. We're counting people. But if you are a person from any way, which form, or whatever, we need you to be counted. So,
Counted, exactly.
Thank you for that report.
Thank you.
And so now, also, Councilmember Jackson is now a member of the Prince George's elected
Women.
municipal women.
Well, before I get a report, I just want to piggyback off of the censors. One thing that we can do here is, any event we have, just have a table with information on it.
Exactly.
And I
Okay.
think the information goes out in March. And also, maybe we have 2 computers downstairs. If people don't have a computer, if they want to do it on a computer, they can come here and use our computer. And just really enforce the community, there's 10 questions. But if we have, the more information that we have, whether somebody coming to play basketball, doing Zumba, and we just keep it in their face, because March will be here before you know it. And we got to count everyone, because Prince George's County lost, the last time we did the censors, we lost a lot of money because people didn't really take it that serious. So I just want to pity pat off that.
Yeah.
So yes, Prince George's elected women, this is a role that I served before. I went, at one point I was the vice president. At one point I was the board member at large. Even though my term is going to end in May of 2020 here, one thing about this Prince George elected women is for the present and past. So when they nominated me to be an at-large member, I went ahead and I said yes. So I'm looking forward to working with the women, and we meet once a month. It used to be quarterly, but because we have so many new elected women in the area, and a lot of new different topics that we want to discuss, and a lot of different,
Wanda Weebly.
no, a lot of different topics that we want to discuss, and a lot of different, I guess, have guest speakers. We didn't think that doing it quarterly would allow enough time, so that's why this particular year and next year it will be going every monthly. The next meeting will be December the 14th. I'm not sure where the location will be at. They're actually currently looking for a location. So that's it, and I'll give you a report every month. But thank you.
All right, all right. Well, thank you. We look forward to hearing from you on it. All right, do we have any citizen comments?
I want to announce that, Garden Club will not meet.
Okay.
The Garden Club will not be meeting the month of November. Okay. I want to acknowledge Mr. Brown, who's here from our delegate
For now.
Nell's office. Thank you. If you have any words you wish to share, you can come up, but if you don't, that's okay too.
We just had a good day yesterday at Veterans Day.
Great day at Veterans Day? Yes. Okay. Well, thank you for coming out, and the 47th District Holiday Party is
The 19th.
going to be December the 19th at Mexico Linda? All right. Well, we look forward to seeing everybody there as well. Thank you. Thank you so much. Any other citizen comments?
Comment?
You want to speak?
So come to the mic.
Well, it's not work. Well, I just want to say hello. I am representing Delegate Juanita Fisher.
Okay, okay, so I didn't know that.
Good.
So you want to come up here?
Just say your name.
Yes, yes, yes. So it doesn't get televised, the audio, they cannot hear any of that without the mic.
But next time.
Yeah, my name is Verinia. I am Delegate Juanita Fisher's new Latino liaison.
Okay.
So I'm also involved a lot with the census initiative and pushing forward.
Yes.
That everybody gets counted.
Yes.
And as of the moment, I am also her interim chief of staff.
All right.
wonderful.
Okay, well,
Welcome.
congratulations. Thank you. And thanks for coming out. We appreciate it.
No, thank you so much for all the information.
Thank you.
All right. Thanks so much.
Thank you.
All right. Anybody have anything else for the good of the order?
Yes, just one thing. Ms. Glue, inside your package, you just had something that
Oh,
you got
yeah.
to report on.
Certs.
Oh, yeah. No, this is,
Oh, that was.
we received a certificate of appreciation because Colmar Manor participated in Going Green Prince George's with Pride. So we have certificates for people who helped out, so, and all the council. There you go. Thank you.
That's right. And one thing I did want to say, I forgot to say, is that I just so love the Diamond at 40th. 40th
Oh,
Avenue.
yes,
And Newark
absolutely.
Road.
Yes.
And the Garden Club and I mean, it is just
Beautiful.
such a change in just what it looks like right there. So again, thank y'all so much.
And thank Joanne Bethay.
Yes, Julianne Bethay.
Played a big part in
Absolutely.
that.
Mhm.
Thank her.
Yes,
Get the sun.
very thankful.
Is the light still there?
Yes.
Yep. Okay. All right, with all that,
No,
anything?
See, we have another citizen.
Did you have, any other comments?
Comments? No?
No? All right, well, is there a motion to adjourn this meeting?
I'll make a motion to adjourn.
All in favor, say aye. Aye. Any ayes? Okay. Meeting is now adjourned.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.